All right, here goes some more of my useless information. I'm a whole vessel full of useless information. During the Iraq War, there were certain places that we were prohibited from bombing due to their cultural significance. But it turns out that that is the one that is where the most dangerous and horrific weapon caches were stored because really, come on, man. Do you think that these people have enough integrity? Do you think that they give a damn about cultural significance? Or would they use that as a purpose and a place to hide themselves and war machines and chemicals and all that other? All right, there are some things. Well, when they blew up the Afghanistanians, the Afghans blew up that giant Buddha. Personally, that was a gigantic idol, and I didn't care about that. I do care that they're wiping out all kind of significant history. That does matter to me. Because who knows what kind of information that we destroyed and they destroyed over the years. The Nazis burned millions of books. And who knows what kind of information was destroyed. But where do you think they would park any kind of nuclear materials in those culturally significant areas? That I don't know about bombing all of them, but if there is a reason to bomb them, then there would be there. All right, I'm getting a little mixed up because I'm upset. Ex-wifey number one is sending me. We're having a messenger war about the good folk and the bad folk. Apparently, I'm the bad folk, and everybody else is the good folk, which is fine. But, so, let the world get angry. Go ahead.
To fight against ISIS, that coalition suspended operations in Iraq just ahead of the vote.
Julie, as you know, we've been talking a lot about President Trump's threat to attack Iranian cultural sites. We know that this could be considered a war crime.
Shut up.
Kenneth, there are a number of conventions and treaties which the U.S. has signed, has ratified as a party to, which outlaws the deliberate targeting of protected cultural sites. And in Iran, there are dozens of treasures and sites of antiquities. And
okay, so hold on here. Hold on. Back up. When has Iran ever cared about one bit? When has Syria, why us? Why are you attacking us? Did they care about London Bridge? Did they care about anything else that they bombed? No, they could care less. But now, of course, I don't agree with Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump is severely mentally ill. He's not a Christian. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with him cheating on all of his wives, even wives that he didn't even have. And if you understand what I'm saying, he cheated on them too. I don't agree with the statement he made about dating his daughter. I don't agree. Listen to me, please. But the perfect place to hide your most prolific weapons would be at your cultural sites. Are we allowed to go visit those cultural sites? Or is America, would you dare set foot on Iranian soil right now? Because you would be torn to shreds by those good folk over there. You would be torn to pieces and dragged through the streets, your carcass. You would be burned on a pole. Shut up. You shut your face, all of you, okay? And in a time like this, when we got, let's see here, these guys right here. Talking about war crimes. Okay, let's go. Let's see, where are they? Can I get them back? Can I get them back? Okay, you guys right there. You want to talk about war crimes? You're committing war crimes. You.
Iranian cultural sites.
You're committing war crimes. Okay, you. Were you complaining? Were you? Was your mouth running? Was your mouth running and complaining, or were you reporting? Because you're scum. The media, if you look at it this way, they thrive, they live off of misery. So they want the misery, okay? Shut your face. And I will tell you to your face. I wish I could meet you, because I would tell you, shut your face, shut your face, shut your face. Iran doesn't care one bit. Neither does 90%, well, our enemies don't care one bit about cultural sites. During the Iraq War, they were going around blowing stuff up. They robbed the Iraqi museum. What did they do? Did they war crime anybody? No. No. So now you're accusing our president of committing war crimes. You're worried about the war. Look, man, the man robbed our treasuries. He defrauded the IRS. He committed adultery on his wives. He's lied 15,643 times since he's been in office. Barack Obama gave billions of dollars to the worst enemy we had on our planet. You don't think that's a war crime? Do you think for 1 second? I already said this, so I'm not going to rehash it, but really, Iran did not give that money to its poor people. Iran used that money to kill Americans and our allies. Iran gave that money to the cowards that put masks on and hold the machine guns up in the air as they trail the guts of Americans behind their trucks. Iran gave that money to militias that are going to cause death and destruction. The same with Arafat. Arafat died with over $1 billion in his bank account while his people starved to death. So I am just so sick and tired of. At first I was like, well, yeah, they're right. Impeach. It has not. The impeachment is a farce. It's trash. It's going nowhere. You're wasting our time and our money. Nancy Pelosi, you should shut your pie hole. Really. Because this is just another distraction. It's a distraction. What you're doing really, though, quite frankly, and this is my opinion, which means nothing. It's my opinion that you're pushing Trump into this. That you have slightly torn the envelope. Now we got to see what's in it, right? Because at the edge of the envelope there, just that little tear, you can see the edge of a $100 bill. So you want to know what's in there, right? You see the edge of a check. You want to know what's in there, right? Shut up. Shut your face. Shut your face, too. Yeah, I'm talking to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm not a political commentator. I just call it like I see it. And what it looks like is pure and utter insanity. You want to talk about the atrocities? Let's look at down here. Look down below this. Let's see if we can get down there. Do you see this? Let's look at the world the way it is right now. And the fires in, well, the world's burning. California, the rainforest is gone. A half a billion. We've wiped out not us, but the planet. Us on the planet. We are responsible for the fires that are going on in Australia right now. They believe a half a billion animals are dead, and you want to talk about stuff like, then talk about that, because the world is burning. And I believe it was Adam, and I think this is in the book of Enoch, which I never really gave much credence to, but apparently it has some validity. That Adam prophesied the first destruction by water, the second by fire. If you read in Zechariah 14, you're going to clearly see what happens when they attack Israel. Swift and utter destruction by fire, or whatever chemical erases your flesh, your eyes, and your tongue before you even hit the ground. Look that up in Zechariah 14. But I'm pretty angry this morning, so I'm not making much sense, and I haven't gotten high. Can't afford it. Broke. Anyway, you can shut me up. You can shut me up very easily. And quite frankly, I am not allowed to commit suicide, because suicide is, I'm not willing to take that chance. But I'm more than willing to be killed. More than happy to take a bullet. So there's that. But you're talking about war crimes. Look at his face. He's so serious. Look at him. Oh, Donald Trump is going to commit some war crimes by blowing up those cultural sites. Shut your face. Have you ever been there, sir? Have you ever seen those cultural sites? Because, let's see what we're talking about. We're talking about the Great Mosque, the pinnacle of, and you know what? You can kill me for this too, but it is not God. The word Allah does not mean God. Okay? It does not mean God. In Sanskrit, look it up. You look it up. You look up what it means. But if I really told you what I felt about that, then you just would kill me. You absolutely would kill me. I'd love to see what's inside. Open up Kaaba. Open it up. Take the locks off the doors and let's take a look in there and see if Allahat and what was the other one? Rezaim, the two idols that your prophet left on that altar to be worshipped. The top two, because he wanted to appease the people. Allahat was a female. Do you remember that? Or is that just conveniently forgotten? Or have we forgotten the fact that he married a 6-year-old little girl? 6. She was 6. And then you're going to say, oh, he was so generous and so kind that he waited till she was 9 to consummate the marriage? Shut your face, man. Come on, dude. Please. Please. Anyway, if you want to kill me for that, I'm fine with that. Okay? Here's the dotted line. Cut it. Right there. Cut me on the dotted line. Get me out of here. Release me from my flesh. Maybe I return with Christ on a white horse, sword drawn. And then vengeance will be the Lord's. But I'm tired of this nonsense. I'm tired of getting messenger about how good those folks up at the Bridge Church are. And how, I'm going to tell you a couple things, and I'm going to say this in Jesus' name, and those who know that means I'm going to tell the absolute truth without dying. Means I'm telling you the truth, that I never pushed anyone out of the way to get to my son in church. My brother accidentally bumped the lady at the door. I just wanted to say goodbye to my son. He bumped into her leg with his arm because he was on Rofinol. The dummy took it. I don't know why, but then there was the time when the man said, you lied. You are a lying piece of garbage. In Jesus' name. He said to me, don't take the drink into the sanctuary. I chugged what was left and I put it, there was a table by the door there with 2 chairs. I put it on that table and I left it there. And if someone thinks back to that time, you'll see that cup on that table, and I would appreciate it if you would come up and tell the truth about it. But I left it there. But he told them I walked in the sanctuary with it anyway. And then, of course, you're going to have to cover your ears if you don't like bad language. But I'm going to tell you this right now. There were 2 people that told them that I said, don't touch my fucking son. In Jesus' name, I never said that to them. Yes, I did say don't touch my effing son to my niece because the diaper was falling off. It might have been my daughter. But it was one of my children. My wife used these diapers that would fall off all the time, and it was falling off, and she kept complaining to me, and quite frankly, yeah, I was miffed. And I said, well, then don't effing hold him or her. And they got that and took it to saying that I told them don't touch my fucking son, which I never said. And then, of course, there was the stairwell when someone listening into my conversation when I was talking about a poem my wife wrote about when we don't convict Christians, our brothers and sisters, of the sins that they're committing, we are raping their souls. And I repeated that verse to someone, and someone picked it up and said that I said to them, I'm going to rape your soul. Someone said that at the Bridge Church. And then, of course, you got the pastor who I called there begging for help with my daughter, pleading. Never threatened in Jesus' name. I never threatened him. I tried to contain myself, but of course I was hysterical. He told the secretary to say I'm not there. Liar! Because then he got on the phone and threatened me and said that if you don't stop calling here, you call here one more time, and I'm going to get the police and it won't go well for you. He said that to me. In Jesus' name, I'm telling you the truth. God dropped me dead right now. I would appreciate it if he would drop me dead right now anyway, but that's the truth. That's what happened. So, I'm the bad guy. Just remember that. Anyway, whatever.